Dueling Dialogues is brought to you by our affiliates at hostpapa.com. Click the banner on the rightleftchronicles.com for premium unlimited web hosting with the highest rated reviews at the lowest prices. Coming to you from that once-forgotten artery that pulses through the center of the continental United States and into the heart of the Ozarks, Grace Matthews. Looking in from the northern border, our Canadian friend, along with his countrymen feeling the effects of U.S. political issues, Connor Murphy.
Welcome to Dueling Dialogues, episode 137. I'm Connor Murphy, here with Grace Matthews in Springfield, Missouri. Hi, Grace. How you doing?
Great. Made it through the whole Turkey Day weekend.
Yeah. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was excellent. The food was fabulous.
Awesome.
And of course, I don't do the Black Friday thing, so.
Well, we have just started with Black Friday. We never had Black Friday, Cyber Monday, anything like that here in Canada. We have a Boxing Day sale, which is Boxing Day is the day after Christmas. That's the big sale of the year. So everybody's got a pocket full of Christmas money, and they go out and they buy the leftover Christmas stock. So,
well, and that's great. That's great for the stores. And back when Black Friday first started, you didn't really. I worked in retail back then. That's when I was in school, and Black Friday was Black Friday because everybody was just inspired to go out and shop because Thanksgiving's over, Christmas is coming, and you just want to shop.
Yeah, well,
you didn't have to do specials or anything.
I also think we didn't have it in Canada because we didn't have enough black people.
That's going to get you in trouble. You know that, don't you?
We do now. We have a lot of black people. But, the videos we get to see here in Canada of Black Friday are just piles of people fighting over stuff, which doesn't make it too interesting for us to join that kind of frenzy.
No, and a lot of times they don't have that many. You know, like they might have a TV for a super special deal and have 7 and, 200 people in a line waiting for it.
Right.
Or they go, okay, we've got this specific pair of jeans for $9.99 or something. Well, you go there believing it's like a brand name, but you realize it's substandard quality. It's been made to sell for this price.
Right.
So it's not like you're getting your, $60 pair of Levi's for $9.99.
Right. So
you're getting something else.
You can get a good deal, but you might have to elbow a single mother in the face, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and that just, especially after I heard the woman in Chicago stood waiting for an Xbox and peed in the floor.
Oh, my.
Because she didn't want to lose her place in line. I thought, you know what? There is nothing I need that bad. There is nothing my kids need that bad. And if we do, then we're going to get therapy instead of the item.
Yeah, wow. That's kind of over the top there. Wow.
It's totally disgusting.
Yes.
So just a flash from the past on the medical marijuana bill that passed in Missouri.
Right.
Earlier in the month. They've written into it a gun deal.
Okay.
And I said, what gun deal? I didn't read that. And they said, well, they hid it in the background. If you get medical marijuana or you get, the card that you carry from your doctor, then you're going to have to give up your guns. Now, that is not going to go over well in Missouri.
Wow.
So either people are going to just continue to use marijuana illegally, or they're going to lie about their guns.
Unbelievable.
Regardless, all they do when they do something like that is set people up to lie. Now, in a day and age when we're setting up safe houses for heroin addicts, why are we setting people up like this? To break the law.
Yeah.
And we've got overcrowded prisons. Why would we do this when we know people are not going to adhere to it?
Because they don't want you really using it. It doesn't pay for their campaign, you know. And anytime the government gets involved with legalization of cannabis, they just seem to screw it up royally and create a bigger black market than existed before they stuck their nose in it. They just don't get it. They just don't get it.
No, and they're cutting off their nose to despite their face.
Exactly. So, you know, what that law tells me is if you're a cannabis user, you're healthy, but you cannot defend yourself. Brilliant.
Exactly. But they are also suggesting that marijuana somehow impairs you enough that you're going to start shooting people up.
Yeah, not going to happen.
And I don't think that's happened.
It probably...
most of the shooters have been on absolutely no drugs.
Exactly.
They've just been crazy as lunatics.
And if they would have been on cannabis, likely they wouldn't have gone over the edge. So,
well, and they'd probably be sitting on their sofa eating potato chips instead.
Exactly. 100% correct.
Yeah. Talking about love and flowers.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, I wonder how people are going to take it when they find that cash.
Yeah, not very good.
Maybe we should call the celebrities.
Get their opinions?
Yeah, get their opinion. You know, we got the moral police out there, and they're in the form of old, burned out celebrities.
Okay.
Yeah. And I got a good one for you because we all know who Alyssa Milano was, or is. Was. She was one of the charmed witches. Yeah. I think that was the last thing she did. They quit making that show about 12 years ago. Right. I think that was about the last thing she did as far as, you know.
She's done some B movies that you've never heard of, I think, since then.
Well, apparently I've never heard of them. She also claims to be terribly dyslexic, which is fine, but she has impressed me.
Oh.
I mean, you know how we write, and sometimes do you ever just get a sentence that's impressive?
Yes.
Okay, she has got the most impressive sentence here. Are you going to bleep me, or should I
let her fly. Let her fly.
Okay, here's what she says. You tear-gassed women and children, swipe, and on Thanksgiving weekend, you piece of whole mother evil creature person.
Wow.
Is that an amazing sentence?
That's pretty good. I mean, boy, I wouldn't want to argue with her.
Well, how angry is that chick?
That is a little over the top for sure. That's
I have never seen so many nasty words in one sentence.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. She didn't say anything about Waco and what the Clintons did there, did they?
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no. She was working back then.
Yeah, go figure.
I mean, she needs to be noticed here, okay?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, these are burned out people. Now, I think we talked about Babs the other day, Barbra Streisand.
Right.
Now, she's at home eating pancakes. But in the midst of that, she has, you know, chewed up and swallowed those pancakes and cleared her mouth to say this. She has criticized women for voting for Trump, and she says they did so solely because their husbands did. Okay? She said they don't believe enough in their own thoughts. Now,
okay.
Is she what, the moral police? Is she a psychic? What is she?
Well, they should vote the way she thinks. That's the way that goes there.
Gosh, that scares me. But you know what makes me most sad about these two women and others is I really thought Barbra Streisand was amazing. Back when I was a kid, my dad and I would watch her movies, and he adored her. I adored her. I thought her music was awesome. She was such a lady. You know, Alyssa Milano, I liked Charmed. I liked her other, the show she played in when she was a little kid. And this makes me sad because this ruins it. I will not go back and watch them. You know, when they're trying to say that people, particularly in the middle of the country, are stupid and can't think for themselves.
That's pretty much exactly what they're saying right there. You should think like us.
I don't need a moral police. I don't need ethics brought to me via celebrities.
Especially from Hollywood.
Exactly. And really, they're not doing it for anybody.
Yeah.
They are doing it because they need to be noticed. They're not making films. They're not making music right now. They need the attention. You know, they're all over this immigration issue.
Yeah, well, they figure since LA's in such horrible shape there with their tent city, that every city in America should also have a tent city.
Well, you know, at different times of my life, I have brought children home to my house and taken care of them.
Right.
And children in need. And, you know, I would really like to see these guys do the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, why don't they give a bedroom to a homeless person or an immigrant? Maybe one that's already here instead of us having to let, you know, a bunch of new ones in.
Especially when they have like 30 bedrooms.
Yeah, they got lots of bedrooms, you know, and they're all upset about things like the wall, you know, and these people getting tear gassed because they started storming, you know, the boundaries.
Exactly.
Well, okay, so what if somebody storms the boundaries of their house and starts building a little hut in the backyard?
Yeah.
Are they just going to say, "Oh, go ahead. Maybe I'll just go get you some lumber"?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's easy to point a finger.
Exactly. Absolutely. And I myself am really tired of it.
And it's not going to stop, though.
No, it's not going to stop. In fact, it gets worse between them and the progressive socialists that want to, you know, give everybody free health care, and they want to give people paychecks to stay home instead of working, you know. And let me tell you, people with disabilities can even work. I have a son with severe disabilities, and he has a job.
Right.
Okay? They feel, I don't think you should necessarily take away all their disability help, but don't punish them for working.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you're punishing them for working, you are a power-hungry person. You are only helping people so that you gain votes and gain power. Because when you have power over somebody's finances, you've got ultimate power over them.
Yeah, you're pretty much 100% correct there.
I'm a parent. I've used that tactic before. I've said things like, when you pay your own bills, you can do this. But as long as I'm paying your bills...
You cannot. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
So beware of those that want to give you too much, because they may just want power over what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, I think the socialists should really take a hard look at some of the countries that were socialist and have a look at what shape those countries are in now.
Yeah, how about Venezuela?
Yeah, there you go. Easy to think of a country that's failed because of it.
Exactly. What about Mueller? I mean, we think we get it figured out, and then something else happens.
Well, I thought he was supposed to be wrapping this up.
I did too, but if he's wrapping it up, he's got a funny way of doing it. I thought he was supposed to give a report the day after the midterms.
Right.
No.
Still waiting.
We're still waiting, but a couple of things have happened. He made a plea deal with Manafort, you know, some weeks ago.
Okay.
He came out yesterday, or it was leaked, that Manafort, after making that deal, broke the plea agreement by lying. Now, that just doesn't make sense that you would make a plea agreement then lie.
Right.
Well, Manafort says that he wouldn't agree to what they wanted him to say. Which, you know, sort of makes sense.
Yeah, but
because
you
there's
can't
been
do
all
that.
kinds. No, you can't. But
Because then it's a false statement.
exactly, and
That's
these are
just
what
a
we
witch
call
hunt.
perjury traps.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why people did not want the president to testify in person. In fact, I wouldn't even have let him answer in writing
Yeah.
these questions by Mueller.
Yeah, well, show me your Russian collusion. That's what was supposed to be investigated here.
Yeah,
Haven't seen that.
No. Anyway, Mueller says that Manafort met with Julian Assange. And the month that WikiLeaks released the Democratic emails that they had hacked, we don't really know who hacked them. We know that WikiLeaks had it. That's the month that Trump hired Manafort. I mean, he only worked for Trump for like 60 days or something. It was very short. Manafort says that's not true. And supposedly Julian says that's not true. But have they found Julian?
Yeah, exactly. Is he even alive?
Somebody said that yesterday, and I'm like, really? When did he say that?
Yeah.
Because my understanding is nobody's seen him.
Yeah, or heard from him.
Yeah. So you've got that. Then you got Jerome. He says that Mueller's team came to him, I guess late summer, and said, we're going to get a subpoena for your computer and your electronic devices. He goes, don't bother. He said, you can have them,
Right.
I don't have anything to hide. So they pull his emails and texts, whatever, off of all of his devices. Then they call him in to question him. And they ask him, did you meet with or talk to Julian Assange? And he says, no, I didn't. And they said, well, we have your emails. We say you did. So he goes home and he starts thinking about it. Now, this is a 74-year-old man, okay?
Right.
And he says, oh, yeah, I did forward an email. But he said, I never talked to him.
Yeah, that's not talking to him directly.
No. So he goes back to Mueller and he goes, I want to correct my statement. And so all seems cool with the world, right?
Right.
Mueller's team seems to accept that. Okay, yeah, people forgot. Then they come back a week or two ago and say they are accepting the first statement he made and calling it perjury. And he says it's based on the fact that they want him to agree to something that never happened.
Wow. Total witch hunt.
Well, Dan Bongino, who used to work for the CIA, now has a podcast. He said, when the feds go on a witch hunt, they find a witch.
Yeah, one way or another, they'll find one. And if it's not a real witch, they'll turn them into a witch.
Exactly. And they do it through these perjury traps.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay, update on the Clinton emails.
Okay.
This is, according to Judicial Watch, Tom Fenton. He said that the court orders Mrs. Clinton to respond in writing, under oath, to key questions about her email system. She must do so within 30 days.
Oh.
Judicial Watch is doing the heavy lifting on this major scandal. And he tweets out, at real Donald Trump should ask why DOJ and state oppose us.
Yeah, good question.
Well, we heard over the weekend that the Clinton Foundation is still being looked into. And it is looking more and more like when she was Secretary of State, it was a pay-to-play.
Right, exactly.
Situation.
I don't think they need to look too deep to figure out that the Clinton Foundation's been a farce from the beginning. Just a way of playing bribes.
Well, and paying for brides. Remember, it did pay for Chelsea's wedding.
Yeah, that too. There you go.
Yeah, Bribes and Brides. That could make a great novel.
Bribes
I
and
like
brides.
that name.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about bribes. The RNC, Republican National Committee, they call. When you get on their list, they call, they want money.
Yeah.
And there's a way to do that and there's a way not to do it. And when you tick people off, they tend to not give you money.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, these people are ticking me off. And I assure you, they're ticking others off. The other day they called and I'm driving. And she goes, something about, I want your credit card money. And I don't know. They always ask for some crazy amount. I said, well, first of all, I'm driving. So if you want to talk, you can call me back. And she said, can't you pull over? I said, are you crazy?
Unbelievable.
I mean, how pushy is that?
Yeah,
the other day, I'm in a meeting. I'm doing one of those conference meetings,
Right.
And I answer the phone because I think it is related to this meeting we have.
Right.
Okay? And I say, I'm in a meeting, and they just keep on talking to the point I have to hang up on them.
Wow. And
it's just over and over again. So, now that midterms are over and the RNC, I got a letter today saying they have to spend an awful lot of their money on fighting these midterm battles, with the court system and the bad counts in Florida, and they have to empty their coffers and they need money. Well, if you do, you might want to get a little nicer about it.
Yeah, no doubt. Definitely. Yeah.
Because that's craziness.
It is. It is. We don't really have that in Canada. Like, I've never...
How do they get money to run?
Good question. Very good question. I'm sure some people donate to the party. I've never done that. It's not even been in my budget at all to donate to political parties. Usually the party is not what I believe in. I believe in the person.
Exactly. So, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so, I know people contribute, but we don't spend the money that you guys do campaigning. Definitely.
Oh, well, thank goodness, because, it's gotten up to be about $1 billion that you need to run for president,
Yeah,
it's believed that
ridiculous.
Hillary spent about that much. Now, Donald Trump spent much less and clearly got more results on less, but, that's kind of his signature, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So, I guess I can agree there.
Yeah, but we don't always agree, but life's a journey, and we're all in this together. Thanks for listening. We've had a lot of good listeners out there. Godspeed, Connor, and Godspeed to all of our friends out there.
Godspeed, Grace, and thanks for listening, everyone.
Dueling Dialogues is brought to you by our affiliates at hostpapa.com. Click the banner on the rightleftchronicles.com for premium unlimited web hosting with the highest rated reviews at the lowest prices.